Sounds good.
All right, you want water? You know, we got some snacks up there.
Oh,
yeah, we've got
at the moment, I'm good. So I briefly mentioned the dip, so I've got this card that I roll around with. This is like kind of like this housekeeping kind of stuff. I've got like a Venmo sort of thing. Just for like, it's kind of innocuous, out of the way. It's always better to be out of the shot.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, I never do any video of like, I actually very rarely busk in general. Like my stuff is usually like paid gigs here or paid gigs there. Going out and playing for tips is not really what I do. But I'm not an idiot and I'm not crazy. I think that I normally when I do this sort of thing, I have like my own thing, like a tip sort of thing. But I had a feeling you guys probably had something pretty cool. And what was that crystal thing up there?
Yeah, you can put it wherever.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, right? Like
We
that.
also have some frames, like old mirrors that you could
Oh, yeah?
move against maybe.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's to be honest, whatever is whatever like looks cool and fits like the vibe of the store. We just put it just out of the shot of this, and then yeah, like this, and just like kind of use that crystal thing. It's really nice. Maybe cut this little bowl on the stand.
Let me see if I can get something. You got something? You can try it.
Sound crazy?
Oh, you never know.
Let's see if this looks wild.
I mean, I'm sort of thinking that even maybe like over on this kind of next to
Oh, yeah.
What if we put the trunk back
That's
where
not a
it
bad
was?
idea.
The trunk back where it was, and then
And
that
then
kind of
this
like,
here.
yeah, this like here, or even like you can just put this here. I'll slide this at 90 degrees. Yeah. Everybody's interest was real nice for everybody. But this is oh, I mean, that's cool. And then look at this. May I use this?
Oh, yeah. Just,
Is it what's it, one piece? I picked this up.
oh, I think it's, maybe. Oh, yeah, it's kind of a curious. Oh, yeah. Here's your bag. Do you want this somewhere out of the shot?
Either just behind the cherry or
Yeah. So you don't forget. I've got it. It's in our umbrella stand.
oh, perfect. Perfect.
Seems reasonable.
Perfect. What's up, Patty? Hi, Patty. It's Chris. So, yeah, so you get to the website. No, I'm not on the website. Look, I'm on the side of this beautiful antique sort of old good thing. Name, and we're going to do a live stream for tomorrow's event. I figured you just texted me, so I'd say that myself.
Well, not in. It's going to be resting on it.
Is that?
You can always put it in here.
Oh, that's more.
Like this.
Yeah. That's actually exactly what that was.
That's perfect.
All set up, Chris.
Yo, Sam, what's up, dude?
What's up?
How are you, man?
Good.
Yeah, man. I feel good. Man. I feel good. Let's see.
Are we live?
No, we're about to be.
We are?
We're live on this
No.
one.
You're gonna launch us, Sam. You have to do that dance.
I know.
That
You got
dance.
the door open? Hey, Chris.
What's up, dude?
You made it.
How you doing, man? Yeah,
Good.
man. I know.
How's the arm?
The arm is getting there, man. Look at the scar is like healing up nicely. There's a little bit of open patch. The bandages are getting smaller,
Nice.
and nothing ever went into the muscle. Like it was all been like surface. Like the actual like main issue was like not even barely an issue. Like it was a melanoma. But I went for my foot for something else. And then my dermatologist was like, "What's that?" I was like, It was smaller than front, a little tiny lineup. And I had been there like a month or two earlier. But I put a
This
camera
is
around, so I
his
didn't
first person.
Maybe,
He said that's that last
Yeah, I'll put it.
But it was so new.
Are these
It was a Villanova stage 0.0. So it's 0.1 millimeter or less. So even the biopsy probably got rid of it. But then they don't take any chances. So when you go to surgery, they dig like all they make it. It's not like remission or something. They're like it's gone. Yeah. You cut like they got under it and like spray all around it and all that. And then it's supposed to be fine. They said they did the off and outside. I did it.
Okay, folks, we're now live on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay,
So we better get into that later.
yeah.
So,
Hi guys. Hi guys. Yeah, enough of that nonsense. So all right.
anyway, there you are, TikTok and Instagram. Hello,
Hi guys.
folks.
Which one's which? Are they both?
This is, we're live on both of them. This is
All right.
That one's TikTok.
TikTok. Hello, TikTok
What's up,
people.
TikTok guys, TikTokers, and then Instagram. Instagram's my main home, but I like TikTok. I like them all. I like everybody.
This is Christopher Hall.
Yeah. Hi,
He
guys.
is famous in New York City.
Not famous, but known, as they say.
Well,
you know?
well known.
Right.
He has his piano, which has seen even worse days. It's looking pretty good right now. He put some work into it.
Yeah, it's a 1964 Baldwin. And yeah, I designed this custom frame back in 2008, and I pushed it all over New York City, bringing classical music to those in need. Because classical music is something that is very inaccessible to the average person. If you don't have literally $179 for a ticket to Carnegie Hall, no Mozart for you. You know what I mean? Like it used to be normal music, and now it's for like people with a lot of money. And so I go all over New York just as a mission, bringing Chopin and Mozart to those who would otherwise be able to access it. And now we're here at All Good Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we all could agree on is that New York City needs more classical music.
That is correct.
And here he is, Christopher Hall,
That is correct.
and his
Hi,
piano.
guys.
Oh, by the way, for later, he does have a Velmo account here.
I do, yeah. I'm not very good about getting it out there. I'm not even sure how to find it. To be honest with you.
He's pretty humble.
Yeah.
That just shows how good a piano player is.
Yeah, that's yeah. The handle for Venmo is the same as my Instagram. That's the only way I know how to put it. Yeah. If you want to support what I do enough, you can find me. You can find me. So.
If you like his music, throw him something. If you
That's
don't,
right.
you know.
Yeah, it's the music is it's primarily Chopin, Mozart, and then I've got some contemporary little bonbons. You know, a couple of Paul Simon and Billie Eilish. You know. Yeah, Chopin and Mozart and Beethoven, these are all well and good until you've arrived at Frankie Valley.
Frankie Valley.
You have not arrived. You know what I mean? So
I'm old enough to remember Frankie Valley.
yes. So yeah, Chopin. not to the end of the piece.
Do it again, do it.
Yeah, so we'll just, so we just gotta keep rolling. Keep rolling, man. Yeah, it's, if this isn't picked up, this doesn't need to be necessarily in the, does the camera pick it up? Because, what?
Yeah, actually it does.
Like that?
Anyway, this Christopher Hall,
Yeah.
like we were saying,
Yeah. Yeah, I love these
famous
guys.
New York City pianist,
Yeah,
all over the streets of New York.
Yeah, if you look at my pinned posts on Instagram, you'll see I push this thing everywhere, all over the place. Central Park to Times Square to Chinatown to Lower East Side. Yeah, I live right now on West 30th Street. I used to live on 55th and Madison. I myself live in Chelsea. I'm married, 10-year-old kid. Last day of 4th grade was today.
Wow, congratulations, you graduated.
Yeah, he graduated 4th grade. Yeah, and I was like, I gotta go to all good things. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
It's but yeah, I've been in New York about 25 years, so I feel very much at home here, and I've got a street side view of things putting around. But yeah, the pin posts explain a lot. If you go to Instagram, you'll see this. This is not my normal kind of thing playing inside, but I do it because I love it. Music sounds just as good.
He literally pushes this thing around the streets of New York,
I do.
dodging taxis, buses, and now electric scooters.
Electric, they're a menace. They're a menace. I know. I gotta get my own like a lawnmower engine and a horse saddle. But that's old school, right? But yeah, Chopin.
Since it got close.
It's not your boyfriend. It's not your boyfriend.
I know. That's my cue to go because I have to go fix it up now. That's all. The right chair.
Thanks. for you. We're waiting for you all day. Now, the last year here. Let's see, a little intermezzo, so we say, right? A little intermezzo should be a little something.
People are saying they love it so
Oh,
far.
really?
Yeah. Very
Do
relaxing.
they mean it? All right. Does it relax? Is it too relaxing?
No.
Okay, cool. You know, I can pop things up a little bit. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Let's see. Let's see. White Lotus fans. Coming to you live from 52nd Street in Manhattan, on the west side. Yeah, lest you be confused. I think we're on the east side. We are not. We're on the west side. Chopin was a west side guy, I think. Chopin wrote this C-sharp minor nocturne when he was 17 years old, and he never published it. It was found among his papers when he died at the age of 39. There's a big mystery as to why he never did let it out of his hands. I have my own ideas.
Just sing it.
get you into the shorthand mode and then through the whole slide. Oh, thank you, Sam. Whoa. Hey, no, it's too much. It's too much. Beethoven's, yeah, the Moonlight. Moonlight's not a
Sure.
oof, man. There's a lot of stories of famous pianists over the past 200 years who played that for people who were musicians and when they heard it for the first time. Back, now there's radio and the internet and all, but back in the day, the only way to hear this music was to hear it live. And so people in like the outskirts of Vienna or like the north of France or the only way to hear it was to have pianists come and play it. So there's a lot of people who were mature adults who were serious musicians who had never heard this for the first time. There's stories of like Liszt, for instance, who showed up in some castle at some point and he played all this aristocracy and shadows would be all gloomy on the walls and in the candlelight and everybody was hearing that for the first time ever. And everybody was like crying and stunned. And now everybody's like, oh, I've heard that before, but remember back when this was written like back a long time ago, the world was very, very different. So when I played that, I like to think of playing it for the first time. I wish I could play it for the first time again and again and again. If you try to sneak in there, you can always find something new. You know, it makes you feel there. Let's switch gears though, right? Frankie Valli, right?
Lovely.
Oh man, I
Thank
wish I
you.
wrote that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, Frankie Valley. I'm not actually sure if he wrote it, but it's
Such a
it's
classic
blessing.
song.
It's one of those beautiful things like ever written. I mean, you can
And
play,
everybody loves it.
everybody loves it. So with good reading. It lends itself so well to the piano. The harmony is just so delicate and gorgeous, like gossamer, like throwing like gossamer
Everybody
thread.
would be happy to listen to that, that's for sure.
Yes, me too. Me too. Never get
Yeah.
old.
No, exactly.
Okay, let's see. Phineas, they sat down in the living room, they're like, let's find something beautiful, and they did, yeah. So, if you told somebody that Debussy wrote that in like 1870, they'd probably, it sounds about right. Yeah. English girl named Birdie. Her name is Birdie. I played with her down at Freeman's Alley on the east side. Yeah, recorded that for Atlantic Records. I did a thing for What is New York? The Instagram I have, What is New York? I did a thing for that. Atlantic wanted them to have her come read. They triangulated and I made an arrangement of that song. It's called Wings. Yeah, she wrote it when she was just a kid. Yeah. She was very chill girl, Birdie. Her name is Birdie. Birdie Instagram is her handle. Yeah, she lives in England with there's a pianist mother and a poet father. Pretty much scripted that she was going to be an artist.
Sure. It is 7.
Oh, yes. So then it clicks. Then it connects.
Man, it sounds so good in here. Yeah, it really does.
Awesome.
It really does.
We should hear every day.
I'll take you up on that. I'll take you up on
You
that.
know, you should
Thanks for having
come.
me.
You should come on a Saturday.
Yeah, we should do it. We should do
Saturday. It's like a revolving door here.
it. I believe.
I don't know how now we're getting into summer. Maybe it'll be a little less, but
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds so great. The piano lives close by. And it's like the overnight before, and then so great. The piano lives close by. And it's like the overnight before, and then like the corridor. I keep my piano on West 30th. And I push it around.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
Yeah. I push that thing around.
how do you think you stay so slim, man?
Yeah.
Pushing a 500.
Something like that, right?
What's that, Subway?
So that's
There we go.
that's in the park avenue tunnel.
I've stopped in
Yeah, let's see. That's the plaza.
Let's do one on TikTok too.
Everybody can do one. Internet's a little glitchy. Yeah, I think
But we need somebody to film you.
That's the,
Film him.
Yeah, I'm filming on this. Hey everybody.
Like, here's the central park.
Are you doing live? Are we on? Are we live?
We're live.
Oh, okay.
Urban dancers look. There's
Well, welcome. I don't know if you've ever been here, but we'll give you a tour. It'll be almost like being here. Where do we want to start? These beautiful chandeliers. Beautiful chandeliers here, French crystal chandeliers. Gorgeous.
So what happened for her?
Everybody's seen her.
She was with the Sydney Ballet.
And it's terracotta off at
Shuttered them down, so she went out and started
Vanderbilt Hotel, Park Avenue, New York City.
making more money than the salary.
Look at this. It's one of my favorites.
And now she just travels the world.
It's like screaming Indian or something off the Commodore Hotel. It's original from the facade of the Commodore Hotel. A lot of these came off back in the 70s when they skinned the facade and turned it into what it is today. There's one that was greatly preserved. Somebody did a great job. Although they took the green patina off, I would have liked it. Speaking of green patina,
Let's walk away from them. They're loud.
What about this, Jim, up here?
once you get the
You can't. You got two of these, and we're live right now. People are watching.
Prospect Hall. That was just on Instagram. One of the ballroom chandeliers from the Grand Prospect Hall. Brooklyn, New York. Look at this picture. We didn't do this yet. This has got to get up on Instagram. Did we do this? This is all bronze. We did the video, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Hey, we got great music machines. Look at these killer machines. Oh, this one just came in. Look at that. That's a Victor 2. So is this. It's got a really nice horn on it there. What else? Look at this. There's a nice picture that you saw on this one. We got a number of these. They were out of the Greystone Hotel in Manhattan, Upper East Side. Bronze. Looks almost like Oscar Pop. Pretty sharp fixture there. Look at this Art Nouveau. Isn't that great?
That just came in.
Look at these. These are from the Waldorf Astoria. These are E.F. Caldwell fixtures. We only got maybe these two left. We had a bunch of these. They came out of the hallway of the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Great couple Art Deco chandeliers there. And DM us if you're interested in anything. We can always double back. How you doing?
This is beautiful.
Isn't it?
This is beautiful.
That's from the Waldorf Astoria.
That is beautiful.
That came out of the
Duke of Windsor conference
the Duke
room.
of Windsor conference room.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Glad you like it.
Look, I'm like in the middle of like remodeling my apartment. Just going up and so this furniture from Chicago. So just come to work and then I
Came to the right place.
yeah, just like little odds and ends to make the house look better, you know?
Yeah.
You know, this is, I can't afford this, but this is beautiful.
All right. Well, you know, we got all kinds.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
That's it. No problem.
Look at this. Everybody's favorite. Great 19th century apothecary here. 60 drawers, this one is? 60 drawers. Great piece. And check out the back. You got a surprise on the back. Look at this. They made the back out of what was a shipping crate, apparently. Actual shipping crate for one of the music machines, a Victor. That's a Victrola. His master's voice. What's it say under there? Uh-huh. Check that out. Handle with care. This end up, please. Victor. See that in the red? That's great. There's Michael Scout. Gallagher Steakhouse. And look at these granddaddy. Can you see that? These gigantic bookcases. These are Danner bookcases, fully restored, all oak, beautiful Danner bookcases. You've probably seen these on Instagram if you follow us. bought a whole library full of these. We got a couple left. That one's sold.
The warehouse is asking, did we get any new Waldorf chandeliers in? Or any Waldorf lighting?
Well, the warehouse is asking? I don't know, but check this out. We have this Plaza Hotel chandelier. Now this thing, I had this thing mothballed for ages. We bought this probably, I don't know, 15 years ago. It was a pair. And in the Plaza Hotel, they had turned this into actually a standing lamp, a candelabra. And we converted it back to what it was originally, a chandelier, and there it is. Beautiful chandelier. There's a pair of these. We have 2 of these. That's a rare thing there. Plaza Hotel. And look at this beautiful chandelier here. It's a gorgeous crystal chandelier. Look at all the grape-shaped, oval-shaped, beaded crystals on that thing. Gorgeous. Gorgeous chandelier there. You want a nice chandelier, not too big, crystal, bronze? That's it right there. And over here, look at this one. Give them a lighting tour here. This is a Murano glass, opalescent glass chandelier. Beautiful.
Roll tops.
Yeah, roll top desk. Look at this one. Got all its little compartments there. All the original. A lot of times you find the roll top desk and it's all open like this. It should be like this. This is how it was originally. Like this. Check this out. It's locked. Got the key. Nice one. Just bought this here in New York out as an apartment. Beautiful piece.
We actually have 2 roll top desks today.
Oh, look hardware. We don't have any.
Sure.
You know what's neat about this one? We've had a lot of these dental cabinets. Besides the fact that it's all milk glass from the inside, look at that. It's all formed milk glass, which is sort of typical, but this one's unusual at Bakelite pools. All original Bakelite pools on all the drawers. It's mahogany. Real nice one here. Got a nice Tiffany bowl here. Signed LTC. LCT rather. LCT. Look at this. Look at this great stuff. Super aesthetic movement mirror. And we got to show you these sconces. Just put these sconces up today. We told the guys when they wired them. We told them they were going to sell right away as soon as they got done wiring them. I don't think they were out the door when we were running the credit card. They left at 5:30. These sold right away. Nice French Art Deco sconces. Some beautiful stuff. Look at this sink. They just put this sink up. Now this thing, you know, it's not dying of age for sure, but it's a great sink. Solid marble, polished nickel stand. What do we got here? We got something here. Oh, this must be the backsplash. There, the marble backsplash, and we also have the hardware too. They didn't get a chance to put it on. So we got all kinds of stuff here. Huh? Oh, where is it? We got some stuff. Well, you just got to come in. I mean, I can't show you everything. You just got to come in. Look at this array of lighting here. All these stenciled shades here. Great selection of lighting. We have so much lighting and stained glass. Boy, we've got some great stained glass. If you didn't see our recent reel on Instagram with the stained glass windows, we got a whole lot of church windows we just pulled out of a church. Really pretty glass. You have a nice floor lamp. Nice floor lamp. Nice clean barrister bookcase.
What are stenciled shades?
Stenciled shades. Oh, look at these over here. Well, wait a minute. These are stenciled now. These are black on white glass. Interesting thing about these are period 1930s Art Deco. These shades we bought a couple dozen of them in their original cartons. They had a stamp on them. I believe it was 1935. Still have some of the old boxes. That's what we mean by stencil shades, and we have. Yeah, there we are. We got these over here. Actually, these here, yeah, these are actually cut. The glass is actually cut, and then I don't know how they applied that, but look at the detail on that one there. Up under there. Those are real pretty.
How about the medicine cabinets with the etching?
Hi, David.
This is 1930s. They have glass shelves for these.
That one's out of the Waldorf Astoria.
1930s. They have glass shelves for these.
That one's out of the Waldorf Astoria.
It's from the wall. In the mirror there. A little glass in here, a little cubby. Great heavy duty. They just don't make them like this anymore. There's another one back here.
Barb said her favorite's the vintage lighting.
Well, she should come. Why she stay so far away? She should come visit the vintage lighting. Look at this.
They asked, is it paint or gold leaf? The etching, is it painted?
I don't know what it is. It doesn't clean off like paint. No. I don't know. It's probably fired on there somehow in the manufacturing. I don't know. You have to check with the warehouse. They could tell you.
The warehouse wants to show the doorknobs that we have.
What doorknobs? Here, look. Some real pretty knobs there. Look at the beading on those oval knobs. Really nice. Here's some European lever handles. There's some different embryonic. Is that what they call it? Something like that? Got emblems on them.
What kind of items are most sought after by patrons, and what trends, if any, are there? And they want to see desks too.
Desks.
What's the oldest item in the shop? What do people like to buy? Lighting?
Well, the oldest item in the shop, let's show them that mirror from Paris.
This piece here, this beautiful trunk here, chest here. This is Pennsylvania, 18th century, 1780s, out of Lancaster. This is a Chippendale style, all solid cherry. This is one of the oldest pieces here, and then we also have this huge mirror here. It's gotta be
Late 1700s, we were told by the architect.
It's got to be, 200 years old, maybe pushing 3. There's some close-ups on that, the detail in that frame, and the edge of it. You see how old that wood is.
I believe intermission is over and it's back to Chopin.
Yeah, so there's some things like that that I play. I kind of love it, and I'm not being forced to play it, but a lot of stuff I'll do because I know that people recognize.
Okay, Christopher, they're all ready.
Oh man!
Now he's gotta go
I
eat.
thought
Go eat. Let's go.
Piece of salami first.
yeah,
Gotta charge the batteries.
I think it's 7:22, man. I don't know how many people we got there. 'Cause
Right now, there's 12 online.
12 online. Let's do one ATU. Let's do one thing for them, and then I'm gonna jet because my wife's like, where are you? And I'm like, I don't know. West
Okay.
50s. Something like that. Yeah. 12 people. Okay, this is for you. This is for you guys. This is for you guys. Oh man, that's for you guys. I wish I wrote that, but I did not. Chopin wrote that. Yeah, it's been so fun being here.
Well, why don't you tell us, before you get up, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are once again for those that came late?
For those who came late, my name's Chris, and this is my handle on Instagram is like this, Pianist Errant. And the errant part is because it's after Don Quixote, the famous knight errant, right, who traveled from village to village, sleeping under the stars, right, and bringing justice to those in need. And so as you can see here, I have this wheel situation on the piano. It's hard to really give the effect of how fast I go and how far I go with this piano. But I travel all over New York City playing this type of music.
Running past buses, I presume?
Past buses, through down the bike lanes, down in the forbidden lane. Nobody likes to talk about the double parkway, you know what I mean? But it's there. And so I can get all over New York City, and you'll find all kinds of people out there who don't really have any way to access classical music. If their parents were not particularly wealthy, or they weren't born into knowing about classical music, it's this like removed kind of thing. But when it's right in front of them, when you bring the music of Chopin and Mozart right to people, you will often find that they will be almost taken aback at how much they needed that in that moment, especially in this crazy city. And a lot of people, even if they know about it, they can't afford it, or if they don't, if they can't afford it, they've never heard it. It's just bringing the piano out into the world is something that, the knight Don Quixote, who was a knight errant, who were knights back in like the 1500s, who were beholden to no king. They were just totally free to just travel and bring justice to those in need and slay dragons and help villagers and all that. And they don't ask for any money. Like I don't busk. It'd be sort of weird if like Robin Hood came to Nottingham and saved the village, and they're like, "Sir, like, what do we owe you?" And he's like, "Well, we like $50 wouldn't hurt, Like, so I don't really do that. You know what I mean? Like when I go out, I just go out. So actually, I do. It is possible to help me out or to help out the mission. The Venmo is the same as the handle of this pianist errant.
And what parts of New York City do you normally play at? So some people could come.
In Manhattan. In Instagram and stories, I will sometimes put where I'm going to be, but I don't usually have a plan. So I keep the piano on West 30th. So I play in Madison Square Park, I play in Central Park, and I play in Times Square, Herald Square, High Line. Depends on where the mood strikes. I mean, a lot of times I work with muralists on the Lower East Side in Chinatown. Down in that area, I play in Freeman's Alley a fair amount. I mean, New York is a broad canvas, and it's like a gigantic playground when it comes to wheeling this piano around. The bus lanes and the bike lanes are painted with this. I don't know what chemical they put in this paint, but they're so smooth, and it's just like a piano highway. Manhattan's also flat. I mean, until you go to like north side of Central Park, there's no hills really. Manhattan is basically. So once I'm out going, I mean, the way this is designed is that there are these pads here between the piano and the frame, and so it keeps the piano in tune. And I just push it, and I can build it up to a run. So I'm actually running with the piano, running down the street. So I can cover 40, 50 blocks in like half an hour.
Wow.
That's how I got the piano here. Yeah, I pushed it. I was playing over at 55th and Madison yesterday. We had some rain coming, so I asked Jim. I was like, "Hey, can we keep the piano here overnight?" And yeah, these guys are very accommodating and true lovers of classical music. And it's just all been very serendipitous. Really a pleasure to be here.
They're asking what it's like playing while surrounded by antiques.
Glorious, I might say, especially knowing that within about 48 hours these are all going to be sold. So this is the last time they're ever going to hear this particular type of music. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, so I feel almost like adieu to a lot of these guys. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I think that a lot of this music was composed in similar environs as this. There's electric lighting right here right now, and people are like on Instagram and TikTok and online, but there's a really viscerally old time feel to it's old good things, right? So. The piano, classical music. I mean, most of what I play was written in the 1800s. Generally around then, and so to be playing surrounded and with this type of furniture and this type of art is very welcoming. It really makes it. I feel like I can breathe in here, as opposed to playing, on 34th and 6th, where you can't even breathe at all. So. This is new. I mean, I played in these types of situations, but generally they have a piano there, and so I will go. My piano has not been inside that often. My piano is generally an outside piano. It's like a wild horse. You know what I mean? Yeah, it likes to gallop. Maybe I should get a saddle and like a lawnmower engine, and I can just drive it around. It'd probably save me a lot of hassle. But this way, I know to cancel my gym membership. And, I put a lot of miles on this. I mean, it's all over. I mean, I don't generally go to other boroughs, but Manhattan is. I mean, there's no limit really. Because once I'm out and I'm on the street and I'm rolling, I really go pretty fast. And the difference between going 5 blocks and going 40 blocks. I mean, anybody who's a real New Yorker who walks this city a lot will know that you can really get a great distance, like pretty quickly, just by walking. One of my favorite things about playing in New York and playing around New York is that there's no clear delineation between neighborhoods. And when you're taking the piano and you're on the ground, you can see when you go from down to the Lower East Side to Chinatown, like there's no marker or like welcome to Chinatown sign. It's just the neighborhoods kind of slowly morph from one end to the other. Like coming into the West 50s up here, you know, coming up through Herald Square and Times Square. It's really cool. I mean, it's one of my favorite things about it, is getting to know New York really just on a street level, like a ground level. Yeah, man, it's, I wish I could just compress everything I had to say, but I mean, I don't mind talking, as you can tell.
They're asking too, which composer song do people most gravitate to, if any?
The famous Chopin nocturnes. This one, E flat, is. Gravitate to that one a lot. There's a lot of stuff. People like.
Does anyone ever ask you for Flight of the Bumblebee? Like besides,
They have. You know, I get asked for all these things, and I'm like, that's a great idea. I should learn that, and then I don't, and then somebody else asks for something else. I'm like, that's a great idea. I should learn that. So there's so much good music that's been written, and I just don't have time to really do all of it. But so I'm pretty selective in what I play, because I really commit, and I don't like to play things that I.
What's your personal favorite piece?
Man, it's just, it kind of depends on the weather. It depends on the emotional weather in my heart, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it's, I do love that. I do love that. I have this transcription that I made of the Billie Eilish song "Birds of a Feather," and I think that it just sounds so good. It sounds like crying, right? Like it sounds like doves crying. I mean, it's so beautiful that I can barely stand it. I mean, yeah, that's a favorite. I love playing that piece. But there's really just so much beautiful music out there. It's a gift that it's infinite. Sometimes it's a paradox and it's sort of annoying that I'll never get around to it all. And also there's a lot of like the most beautiful stuff is stuff that I'll never get to play for the first time again. Because that's really just a moment where, when you play something for the first time, it's something that you can never get back. Like a first love. Oh man, I can tell you about this. Well, I'm better off.
Do you know any Coldplay or anything like that?
I mean, no Coldplay today. Yeah, but tomorrow's a new day.
That's right.
Tomorrow's a new day. Yeah, I'm optimistic. I'm an optimistic kind of guy. So yeah, Coldplay,
How about Vivaldi? I noticed you didn't play any Vivaldi tonight.
Vivaldi didn't write for the piano. Like the Baroque music, they used to play Bach, but the pianoforte, piano comes from the Italian piano forte. And in Italian, piano and forte means soft and loud, right? And the invention of the hammer hitting a string in a way that could be done softly or loudly is relatively new for keyboard instruments, because back in the days of the harpsichord in the Baroque era, which was Vivaldi, a harpsichord just plucks the string no matter how hard you hit the key. And so there's no dynamic, right? And there's also no pedal. So if you go like this, right, you can see right here, you can see this damper, the right pedal will move this away. So there's that when you have the this kind of sound makes it the Baroque music is really not specific as to what you're supposed to do with it. And so some pianists who play Bach and Vivaldi will try to emulate the harpsichord, and some will be like, well, I have the powers of the piano at my disposal, so maybe I should use the pedal. And I just avoid all that because it gets too confusing and it stresses me out, you know, so to have to deal with. There's just so much music. There's so much out there that, I mean, I used to play a lot of Bach, but now these days, yeah, Chopin and Billie Eilish, you know what I mean? Like, man, they would get along. Like
Just the classical pieces.
Yeah, classical pieces. Yeah, and a lot of classical music, like Chopin, he didn't name his works. Like it's opus. You know, people back in like 1837, they're like, "Oh man, you hear that new banger, Opus 39, number 2?" Like, wow, man, you know, it's just things weren't really named. And so some of the famous ones have nicknames now, but yeah, but a lot of them don't. A lot of things that you would recognize are not named. It's just a nocturne in flat or like that. So yeah. All right, guys. I got a 10-year-old kid who just finished 4th grade today, so I'm gonna go hang out with him. And yeah, this has been super awesome, man.
Sure.
And I will be back for sure. The piano, I really live toward the piano's. Actually, this 8th Avenue line is the piano is on. I keep the piano on 30th between 7th and 8th, and I live on 20th and 7th. So this is kind of this West Side corridor is actually very convenient for me to come back here very regularly. You know, so Coldplay. You never know. You never know. Tune in next time.
You know, clocks or something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, maybe we'll have clock. Is it clock? Yeah, Clockwork. You know, I don't know. But you know, Chris Martin. People don't get to be that famous without being really good. That's what I've found. I mean, a lot of people, you know, a lot of classical people, disdain for pop music. But you know, when you get to that level, like there's something going on that means that you've earned it. You know, and so just because I don't really know Coldplay. And also, I'll be honest, it's kind of easy to just make fun of Coldplay, just because of the nature of everything about them. But having said that, I'm sure that they've got some beautiful pieces, and Chris Martin is probably, realistically, he's probably a genius. So, I'm not. I didn't write any of this stuff. You know, he's composing his own music, and I'm not. So, who am I? Plus, he's Chris Martin of Coldplay, and I'm Chris of 20th Street, which is different. You know?
So everyone should leave their comments what songs they'd like you to learn. And
Yes, I do.
If they want you to come back.
Requests. I don't necessarily honor them, but I'll take them. You know, I'll put them in my pocket. You know, I know. You know, yeah. It's they say life is short, but it's not. Life is really quite long, and so there's time to learn all this stuff. Vivaldi, Coldplay, little mashup.
Okay, one more shot
That's me. Yeah.
for you.
That's me. Instagram.
Everyone
and
should
Venmo.
jump and follow you there.
Yeah, and you know, if you feel like sending me a portion of my kid's future college tuition, that would work just fine as well. But not necessary. I mean, you know, money is tertiary, really. I mean, when you have art and a good heart, what is money? Except in New York, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's another story.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Thank you
It's
very
been
much,
awesome
Christopher.
talking to you, man. And thanks to Jim. Thank you to Joe. Thank you, Sam. Thank you to all you, Greg, and all these. You know, everybody here is just. If you haven't made it to this store in person, it's totally different in real life than it is on a screen, and you should. You gotta come check it out. It sounds great, and like Duke Ellington said, if it sounds good, it is good. You know what I mean? So I'll leave you at that. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay,
Guys.
thank you.
All right. It is good. You know what I mean? So I'll leave you at that. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.